Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, jerk-offs? Joey G, right back at it again. How yous doing? No, I don't do this as a show. It's just, I've been sitting down for a second, so, don't want to get scrunch nuts. But anyway, this is the 2015 WWE mock draft. That's right, because there is a draft coming in 2015. I think a couple weeks after WrestleMania. So, I took it upon myself on how the draft's going to be and a little mock draft. And there's going to be two titles, as I was saying last night on my show. And the two titles are the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be the one belt, okay? And the other belt coming in, and it's been on the internet, it's been on different websites, the King of the Ring World Heavyweight Championship. So you're going to have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, King of the Ring World Heavyweight Championship. And the way they're going to start it out, the WWE World title, it's already established belt. You know what I mean? It's the biggest title in sports. I mean, with the King of the Ring title there. I mean, it's the biggest title in sports. You can't even compare the TNA World title to in my eyes, to the United States title in the WWE. To the Divas title in the WWE. And I'm being real. For real. I think the Ring of Honor belt, any belt in Japan is better than the TNA title. Hey, I'll work for TNA because I'll turn it upside down. I will. And I will. Like Eric Bischoff did with WCW, I'll make TNA the #1 company on this planet. I will. And yes, we will beat Raw. And it'll be for more than 83 weeks. It'll be like 83,000 weeks. On my family's life. That's what I can do. Okay? That's what I can do. But going into this mock draft, I'm thinking general managers. Where do we go for general managers? Well, first I'm going to start out with SmackDown. You got to rebuild SmackDown up. How do you rebuild SmackDown up? I'm going to tell you how you do it. The general manager for Thursday Night SmackDown, these are the changes that I would bring along, and which I've been hearing off and on. The Fist will come back, not Joey G, the Brick Fist. What's up, Mikey Knorr? Stace, Click, For Life, Charlie, Buddha, Ace Diesel, Pooch, what's up, Pooch, Timmy Riley, Jimmy Riley, what's going on? It's your man, Joey G, your boy, For Life. And SmackDown needs a general manager. And what general manager is better than the guy that came from working for Vern Gagne, selling meat out of a truck in Minneapolis, and turned WCW into the #1 television show in wrestling and kicked Vince McMahon's ass for 2.5 years. Yes, he was arrogant. He was younger, and now he's older, and now he's got a lot more experience. And yes, he's been working in TNA for the last 4 years in the back. I mean, he was on TV for about 2.5 years, 3 years with the Immortal, gimmick with Hogan and everything. And he's Hogan's good friend. It's Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, the GM of SmackDown. Remember when he was GM of Raw and he would talk about SmackDown like SmackDown's a second-rate show? Just like when I ran Nitro, Raw was a second-rate show. And Teddy Long was the SmackDown general manager and Eric Bischoff was the Raw general manager. Well, who better than to put in charge of SmackDown? Eric Bischoff. You bring the Fist back. No ramp for SmackDown. Just the Fist, and you come out and you go. You could put a little ramp and then you go down. Just like Raw, but not like that ramp like that you have on Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views. The only time you don't see a ramp is at a house show, at a WWE live event, a house show. They come out of the locker room. That's all. You just see the WWE sign, and you might see the metal things and the wrestler comes out. There's no ramp. There's no Titantron. There might be a little screen, but there's nothing big. You know what I mean? There's not even a little screen like a little Titantron. Maybe once in a blue moon. I never saw it at the Wachovia Center, and I've been to plenty of house shows there. And the Spectrum back in the day. And I never saw it there. I mean, at the Spectrum, they used to come out the little part, where the Flyers used to come out at. They didn't even come out the main part. When I went to SummerSlam in 1990, and I went to 1995 King of the Ring, the Mabel one of the worst King of the Rings ever, you know what I mean? And it was Mabel against came down last two, kicked Mabel against Savio Vega, and Scott Hall, Razor Ramon at the time, was in his corner, and Mabel won. Mabel was the king. Long live the king. But Mabel's career went nowhere. He got a shot at that year's SummerSlam against Diesel, and he almost got fired for hurting Diesel. You know what I mean? Kevin Nash, Click, shout out. The real Click. You know what I mean? But my Click here in Philly, we all know who that is. But the draft. Now go to Raw. General manager of Raw. Now, I had this all written down. I think the best guy for the Raw general manager, and I know you people, some might agree, some might disagree. Straight up, and I'm going to say his real name. Well, you people know him as Zeb Colter. I know him as Dirty Dutch Mantel. That should be the general manager of Raw. I would say Paul Heyman, but that's like a repeat because Paul Heyman was SmackDown's general manager in 04, and it's all over the internet. And Eric Bischoff was the general manager of Raw. It'd be like trading places. Like, all right, now Bischoff SmackDown, Heyman's Raw. If you're going to do that, you might as well do what you did in 04 and 03 and 04. Make Heyman back on SmackDown, put Bischoff back on Raw. No. Let Zeb Colter, because you're still going to call him that. I mean, his real name's Wayne something, but we all know him in the wrestling world as Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch Mantel. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's great. He tells the truth like it is. Glenn Beck, you're a complete asshole. I mean, straight up. And I'm a Christian guy. I'm not perfect. I'm a Christian man. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Come on, man. I mean, this is wrestling. It's entertainment, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Try, you know what I mean? Let your balls loose and have some fun. Straight up. And that's real talk, and that's mature talk. Let your balls loose and have fun. I mean, really, it's wrestling, dude. Kids like it. You know what I mean? That's why I try to watch my mouth on TV. You know what I mean? I really am. You know what I mean? Because I am trying to get to the WWE or Japan. You know what I mean? And yeah, I am the Howard Stern, Jerry Springer of wrestling. I mean, trust me, I can go. I can get raw like Eddie Murphy. Way more raw than Eddie Murphy. Way more raw than Monday nights. You know what I mean? But it's the way I'm looking at it. The King of the Ring World Heavyweight Championship will be on Raw. You got to put that title on Raw. Because if you put it on SmackDown, it's like the second-rate title. You might as well not even come out with that belt and just put the Intercontinental title and the U.S. titles on SmackDown and say, oh, they're the main belts on SmackDown and the WWE World titles on SmackDown. Some jackass wrote that into me. And guy Eddie from Southern somewhere, I don't know where, friggin' somewhere down south. I mean, no offense to everybody down south, but you people live backwards. I mean, somewhere in, might have been Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know, somewhere south of Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, come on. The Intercontinental title and U.S. title and make them the main titles on Raw? Come on, man. That's just stupid. You got to put the King in. And that belt, if anybody saw the belt, I saw the King of the Ring title. It's got the King of the Ring Lions. It's a big belt. Matter of fact, it's bigger than the WWE World title. You put that on Raw, the King of the Ring World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, you can't argue, hey, I'm the King of the Ring World Champion. You know? Or I'm the WWE World Champion. But you can't bring back the world title because then it'd be like, what the fuck? Why do we do this? You know, why? They did what they did last year by, you know, and you could tell that was going to happen when Cena won the world title. I just had a feeling last year at Hell in a Cell, he beat Del Rio for the world title. And I knew something was going to happen. With Cena coming out and Orton was the WWE champion and he was on his worst heel run ever. Now that he's going back to being a face, this is the best I've seen Orton in friggin' 2-3 years. For real. It's the best I've seen him. I mean, he's been literally horrible since WrestleMania 28. I mean, he lost to Kane. The big red retard. When Kane was just doing that rise above hate shit to Cena. I mean, he lost to Kane in Sun Life Stadium. My favorite wrestler, Randy Orton. You know what I mean? CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, yeah. And I like Cena. I ain't gonna front. I mean, I like Cena and Chain Gang. That's a Cena I like, you know. I like the Cena, the ruthless aggression Cena. So, I like the word life Cena. The thugonomics Cena. My time is now, Cena. You can't see me, Cena. He's alright. But I like to chant Cena sucks. Before your little brats can get out, let's go Cena. Or all the fat chicks, let's go Cena. They all look like dudes anyway. Look like a bunch of chicks that got hit in the face with frozen friggin' nickels. Anyway, on Raw, I say, Randy Orton, you keep on Raw. Seth Rollins, you keep on Raw. Roman Reigns, you keep on Raw. Daniel Bryan, keep on Raw. Batista, when he comes back, He is coming back, there's no doubt. Keep on rolling. When The Rock comes, even though SmackDown is named after The Rock, personally, The Rock will probably go to both shows because he's part-time. You know what I mean? He won't. When he comes back, he'll be there like 3 months. Not even that. He won't even be there every week. So, but they'll put The Rock on Raw. You know what I mean? These are just some of the names. Bad News Barrett, I think, put on Raw. You know what I mean? Kane, you put on Raw. No doubt about it. Matt Morgan's coming in. I'm hearing his name's going to be the businessman, Matt Morgan. I mean, he's going to basically be kind of dressed up how Joseph Parker was in TNA, you know? But he's, you know, Matt Morgan's got a body, you know? I mean, he can wrestle. I mean, he suffered from a few concussions, and he's a big, you know, guy in that Christopher Nowitzki thing with the concussions that ended Christopher Nowitzki's career. Christopher Nowitzki, if you remember him, that guy who graduated from Harvard, and Scott Steiner beat up him and Matt Hardy at Survivor Series 02 in the Garden when Scott Steiner debuted. And holla if you hear me, Scott Steiner's the man. Big Papa Pump versus Brock Lesnar, the main event of WrestleMania 31. That don't even got to be at WrestleMania. That could be at the Royal Rumble. That could be at No Way Out. That could be at Survivor Series, TLC, Hell in the Cell, Night of Champions, Bash at the Beach next year because there's no more Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank's going to be at WrestleMania this year. But the draft, going on to that. Now, as I go into the draft, Jeff Hardy, he comes back, and the rumor is he is coming back, and it's not confirmed. Put him on Raw. Now, SmackDown, the WWE World Champion goes on there, so I don't know when the draft happens if Brock's still going to be with the WWE because he is going back to the UFC for a year, but he has said by WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, I'll be back. So, he'll be back next year. Now I'm going into 2016. He'll be back around after the Royal Rumble, maybe before the Royal Rumble, the beginning of 2016. So, that's next year. This is happy Halloween, everybody. It's Halloween night. Big shout outs to my man, Pooch. I'll be talking to him in a little while. I'm going to call him up in a little while. But, hey, and on SmackDown, you got to put Brock there. You put Cena there. You got to put Cena back on SmackDown where he started and start this back up, John. And I think a lot of people are starting to say, John, you got to go back to the Thugonomics. You got to go back to the Thugonomics. Also, to answer a question from Osborne, he left a question on my comment. Do I think Dolph Ziggler will ever win the belt again? Be I do. I do think he'll win either the WWE World Championship or the King of the Ring World Championship. I think Dolph Ziggler will be drafted to SmackDown, and he'll end up becoming the WWE World Champion somewhere down the line. That's what I think. Dean Ambrose will be on SmackDown. CM Punk's coming back. It's confirmed. I mean, you're still gonna see things on the internet. It was all a work. They weren't in cahoots the whole time. It was a work. But when that music hits the Royal Rumble and numbers between 33 and 37, 33 and 38, they're not going to have him come out number 40 or 39. 38 at the most. No, not even 30. I'd say 33 and 37, he'll be there. Because there's 40 men in this Royal Rumble this year. CM Punk comes out. He wins it. And then he goes on to defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. But Seth Rollins interrupts the party and cashes in and wins the belt. And, you know, he is the youth. I'm not saying he's the future. I mean, like on Raw, Randy Orton, that promo he did on Raw Monday night was great. Where he said it for real. I went to anger management in 06, you know, and that's when Randy was popping a lot of painkillers. I mean, he was doing dope. I mean, Randy Orton, he was snorting dope up his nose. I mean, he admits it. I mean, I read the Randy Orton book. I mean, he was. I mean, he died in his sleep one night. His wife had to call 911. You know what I mean? But still, he's my favorite wrestler. I mean, literally, even more than CM Punk. I mean, I love CM Punk, but Randy Orton, I'm stuck with Randy Orton since he had that long, bushy hair and he first joined Evolution. I said, that dude's going to be a star. I said at the same time with Cena, and Cena when he was Thugonomics, was my favorite wrestler. But when he went to Raw and became like the Hulk Hogan of the era, I just was like, this dude is just a friggin' Hulk Hogan wannabe. He just took from here and went like this. Like The Rock said, what are you playing, Peekaboo? You can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see me. That's what I got to say, John. That's all the brats out there. But this is Joey G. Like I said, shaking it up again. The 2015 draft. coming about 2-3 weeks after WrestleMania. We're shaking things up again. Like I said, the King of the Ring World Championship and the WWE World Championship. This is Joey G. Peace.